Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel. Today, yet again, we have a car that I have rented from Turo. It's actually been a while since I've done this, so it depends on when you're watching this. But I wanted to give you guys a tour of this car. 2015, why am I showing you guys a car that's not brand new? Just in case you guys are in the market for a used luxury SUV. This one, with the amount of miles it has, 120,000 miles, would be like a luxury bargain. I was able to find one just like it on cars.com for as low as $15,000. So let's see what you get at this price range in the market for a luxury SUV. So yeah, without further ado, here is the 2015 BMW X5. All right, so we'll start at the front, and what you have here is the not newly updated kidneys of the BMW. If you are a car enthusiast, you haven't seen the new BMWs, pretty much all of their line. Well, they've always had these what they call kidneys as the grills, and the new one has gotten very exaggerated. They just keep getting bigger and bigger. That's what we come to expect from like pretty much every car brand, as the grill gets a lot larger. Now with that said, this one I think is still at that range of size where it is it looks good. It makes the car look very nice and still traditional to the BMW look, but of course without that exaggerated. You might be a fan of the new kidney grille. I'm a fan of this one. Not quite old look, but still pretty traditional compared to the older BMWs. Yeah, I'm going on and on about the kidneys or the kidney grills, but anywho, up front, because this one has all the luxuries as far as like sensors and cameras and things like that, we do have what you can see, a camera right up front. You do have your sensors up in the bumper. I think like my cars, the cars that I own, this one doesn't, the owner doesn't have a license plate in the front. I think that's a great look. Could get you a fix-it ticket, but that's just how it is, right? We got yet again some more sensors down here. Now I think with these sensors, not what I think, what I know they do, just from driving the car around, is if a car cuts you off, I've seen where the heads-up display will actually show like a red rear end of a car right at the heads-up display to show you that someone has gotten right in. As far as things like the headlights, pretty basic as far as what you can expect nowadays, or actually, well, from this era, 2015, from a luxury car, where you got your projector lights and your LED daytime running lights here, turn signal. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. I believe these probably come out here and just spray if needed. Now this one is the xDrive, so it does have all-wheel drive. But yeah, a little bit of a side profile right here. They do have these vents. Yeah, it used to be that like you'd have to get like an M series to get some kind of vintage like this. It actually go all the way through. You got your turn signals on the mirrors as well. Do have your blind spot monitoring light right here on the outside, so instead of having, sometimes they have it on here or sometimes they have it right in the mirror, this one happens to be on the side of the mirror in the daytime, which is all I've driven it so far today. It's not too visible, but at least it's there. From a car that's 5 years old, not too bad. Like most German cars or European cars in general, your gas is to be filled on the passenger side. Going around the back, this is probably the part that looks a lot like more of the older X5s. Hasn't changed too much on this year model. Do have your dual exhaust here, which we will listen to. It's not going to be a cold start, it'll be a start nonetheless. All right, so before we jump in, we'll go ahead and pop the hood. This is filthy. Now, again, this is a car I rented off of Turo. This is not mine. So yeah, she's pretty dirty. That's a shame. But anywho, what you have here is a 3-liter, 300 horsepower, 6-cylinder. Just from the little bit I've driven the car, when you put it in sports mode, you go out and about in some twisty roads, this engine does the trick, definitely does the job. Nothing too impressive out here, but nonetheless, wanted to show you guys this filthy engine bay. Again, this is not my car, okay? Nope, don't need to press that down. I'm used to my Porsche. Alright, so climbing into the BMW X5, you can see we got some wood grain here on the door. Padding right here, I guess you want to put your arm there, or your controls and switches down here. You got this awesome Harman Kardon stereo system, so you got a speaker here, you have a tweeter on there. Again, you have your blind spot indicator right there. Down in here, it's not covered, but you have some storage there. You do have a cup holder there as well. It's angled. I would probably only put something that has a cap or a cover. On your seat, you got 2 settings that you and your spouse or significant other also drives the car. You can set that up. Other than that, you got plenty of controls here to get comfortable in the seat. I believe this right here even extends out. Got this nice little pillow top right there. Super comfortable, what you would expect from a luxury brand, luxury car. So, and you got in here, you got your mood lighting, and I'm sure you could change that to different colors. I won't go into details with that, but nonetheless, it's there. You got your switches here for your fog lights, your headlights. Of course, you want to leave that in automatic. Your steering wheel, nice grips right here. Good feeling steering wheel. Nothing in the back here like you would get on some of the American cars or even some Italian cars. You're able to control your voice activated, your Bluetooth, your phone, radio volume, and of course your cruise control. Pretty much all there, basic stuff. I think you also have a cubby here. Plenty of space there. Very nice. Air vents there. Pretty much here. Not a crazy looking stereo, nothing too special, but you do have your infotainment up here and display, which we will see. Let's give the car a start. The keys in my pocket, so let's just hold the brake. Start that on. And as you can see, we have the lane assist right there. So when you start to veer out of your lane, this will vibrate. The steering wheel will vibrate as if you're hitting like those little grooves that are there to warn you naturally, but this will sense when you're going out of your lane and give you like a hey, pay attention. Works really well. Feels pretty much exactly like those little grooves on the road, on the side of the road. Now this one, yeah, the owner gave it to me with low tire pressure, or who knows how long the car was sitting there in his lot. He has multiple cars, so yeah, you should have checked it, buddy. Anyways, you got your stocks there and there, nothing too crazy. Doesn't have any paddle shifting, but you can throw it into manual and off to the left and then go up and down, but down is up and up is down, you know what I mean. Again, your infotainment, which you can control down here with a dial. So far I am not a fan. I like touchscreen a little bit better, but yeah, you're able to twirl your dial around, press down to acknowledge. It's still telling me I got low pressure, but we can press menu and you could just see pretty much all your different options as you're going along. What I like about here, you could have a setting, and it's currently set to where you could see your range until your next fill up, your MPG, which is terrible in this, but I mean it's an SUV, what can you expect? And it's not a hybrid or anything like that. Anywho, you got dual climate control right here, so your passenger might not agree with the temperature should be at, you just go ahead and change that. CD, do y'all remember what a CD is? Just kidding. Anywho, that's slot for that. You do have one of my favorite things, cooled seats. Oh yes, you have heated seats as well. I would probably only use sometimes. I would probably leave this on almost all the time. Down in here, it's open right now, but you got a couple of cup holders, cigarette lighter. Who the hell smokes these days? And yeah, I put my phone in here actually, but I'm pretty sure this is a good spot for it as well. or you could just close this up. It gives you a nice flat surface as well. You got your controllers here to put it in comfort mode, sport mode. It doesn't say it, but if you keep pressing down, it'll go into Eco Pro, and then up over here in the infotainment, it'll tell you exactly what's going on. If you go up to comfort mode and then up to sport mode, gets a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, we'll leave it in comfort mode for now. Even in comfort mode, the car will actually turn off when you come to a stop and then turn back on automatically when it senses you're about to drive off. So that's a nice little feature. You got this little thing in here. Earlier I had the key in there, but I ended up just putting it in my pocket. I do see a button here for a camera. Let's see. Wow, this is just showing you the what is this, the front? Interesting. Okay, so I guess that's just to see the front. While traction control off, I usually turn it off and just go ham. Just kidding. Anywho, we got our center console here and it's split, so if you wanted to grab something on this side, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the split center console. Just I like it going that way. You got an auxiliary port, USB, throw in your charger in there. Not sure why this is sticking up more than this. I don't know what that could possibly be for. Anyways, got your glove box, plenty of space. Don't believe there's any other cup holders here. So in total, in the front you have 2 here, 1 on each door, so a total of 4. Let's head to the back. I'm sorry, actually, before we head to the back, let's get the sunroof open. And this goes all the way back, pretty much. Look at that. That is going on and on. Sunglass holders. Someone left some. These aren't even sunglasses, man. These are too fancy for my taste. Those are gonna stay in there. Jumping into the back seat, if you saw my video when I jumped into the back of Porsche 911, yeah, this is gonna be a lot easier than that. All right, plenty of room to stretch out. Have a couple of speakers, and like I was mentioning earlier, the sunroof does go all the way back. If you drop this down, a couple more cup holders, also in the doors. Or you can just use this as an armrest or a seat as well. Yeah, plenty of space. Sit here all day long. A little storage there. Nothing to do in there. You got climate control back here as well. It's pretty awesome. Actually, a good amount of storage. That's pretty deep in there. And you also have a vent here as well, which you can open and close. My assumption would be that this controls that as well. I don't know for a fact, but that would just be odd if you were controlling these but not these, so that better be controlled by that. Now we're back outside. We're gonna open the trunk, hold that down, and yes, this is split. You just grab this here, super light, and ooh, look at that. Almost like a pickup truck. Gives you enough clearance to just slide something in. Plenty of room back here. Really great, actually. Pretty useful, I think. Just press this. This goes down nice and smooth. No hesitation. Really nice. Anyways, that's gonna do it today for this quick tour of the 2015 BMW X5. Yeah, I'd be really happy with this. It's a stunning looking car. It's not super interesting to the point where, like, you know, I do vlogs and I would, you know, be doing vlogs with it all the time, but it would be something that, like, if, you know, off camera I'm driving around doing my thing with, I'd be very happy with it. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing. Look out for the video I did earlier with this car where I do my first impression of driving it around. Look out for my video of pros and cons of renting from Turo. Make sure to give that a thumbs up, and I'll talk to y'all later.